So, this is my oudou drum. This is a wonderful drum. This is actually one of my favorite drums, the bestest drum that I have in all of my collection of drums. I found this drum many, many years ago and is very, very unique in the sense of, unlike most drums, this drum is made of clay. It comes from regions in Africa and India and many, many parts of the world where they may not have a lot of timber, wood and forests where they can create traditional drums. These drums are made of clay, and actually the word oudou translates to the word vessel. Vessel meaning a jar or a jug that you would put usually water, wine, tea. You might even store grains inside an oudou drum or an oudou. And like man, for centuries, there is this need and this desire to create music, and music that revolves around the drum, the heartbeat. It's very important. And again, here's this desire to create music, and you take a jug, a clay jug, and you realize that by tapping on it or hitting the mouth of the jug, or even adding additional holes where you can put animal skin on, or this one has another hole which allows me to create that wonderful sound. And so combining all of those rhythms like you heard me playing at the beginning helps to create this wonderful instrument's sound and rhythm so that you can dance to, celebrate to. Oftentimes I play this one to meditate to. So, as always, I have a story that goes along with my drums. And this story is called The Young Man and the Tea. Now, tea is very popular everywhere. Everyone loves tea. South Carolina, they love themselves some sweet tea. I live in Somerville, and Somerville claims to be the birthplace of sweet tea. We'll argue that in another program. But the tea that this young man made was a very unique tea. He took the time to harvest the leaves, find the berries, add spices and herbs to make the tea very unique and sweet and savory that everyone loved. And it made him very, very wealthy. And over time, he started hiring people, and he bought more land, and more people moved onto his land, and he created a community on that land where all the people there made tea. They married and had children, and it became a village. And that village was famous all around the world for making the wonderful tea. And as that young man became old, he said that I want to hold a great party, a festival, an event that everyone is welcome to come, but you do not have to bring anything for me to this big party. Just show up. You know, I got the food, I've got the music, I've got everything. Don't bring me anything, but I do want you to make me one small jug or oudou of tea, the tea that we've been making that made our village prosperous. So everyone was excited about making that tea and coming to the party. And he said, when you come to that party, we're going to take those jugs of tea and we're going to pour it into one giant jug. And we all are going to drink from it to symbolize our family, that we have become. We are a community. We are one. So everybody was excited, except for one person. As in all stories, there's always that one person that doesn't want to simply do the right thing. And this man said, I don't want to make any tea. I am tired of making the tea today. I just want to go to the party and have a good time. I don't want to make the tea. And his wife said, but you have to. He is throwing this wonderful party for us. And he goes, you know what? I have an idea. Since there's so many people that know how to make this tea, when I show up with my small jug, I'm just going to put water in this jug. And when we all go up and pour our jugs of tea, mine being water, into the giant jug, no one will ever know that I just put in water. Easy. I'm going to go take a nap. And just then, another person came running in, and he hadn't heard what the old man said about throwing a big party. He came in and said, what's all the commotion? And the man said, the old man who taught us how to make tea is throwing a big party. All we have to bring to the party is one small jug of tea. That's all. He's throwing everything out. He's bringing the food. He's bringing the music. Just bring a jug of tea. And the young man got excited and he ran back up the hill and into the woods and into the mountains to pick and find the berries and the leaves and all the ingredients necessary for making that wonderful tea that he was taught how to make from the old man. And so the man went back into his hut and he took a nap, and his wife just shook her head and said, shame on you, shame on you. And so the next day, when it was time for the party, everyone showed up with their small jug of tea. And there was the man with his jug of tea that was really just water. And there was the old man standing with the big ceremonial udu, the vessel that they were going to pour all of the tea into and then share from this one jug to symbolize family, unity, community. And they all lined up and they poured in their little jug into the big jug, one after the other. And then the man who just had a jug filled with water, he was getting nervous and he poured his into the giant vessel and he got away with it. He went on by, the old man smiled. And the old man said, there is one more thing that I want to share with everybody. Now that we've poured all of the tea that I taught you how to make for the many, many years into our giant udu, we are going to drink from this jug. And because you all have done so well and made me so rich, all of my money is going to be given to all of the tea makers. And all of you will be wealthy. And everybody was excited. And the man who just made a jug of water, he was really happy. He didn't even have to do the work the day before. He just came in with water, poured it in, and now he's going to be leaving the party rich. And so the old man took the udu and he drank from the udu, and his big smile turned into a frown, and he was angry. And he said, shame on all of you. It turns out that the whole jug was filled with water. No one did the work. Everyone had the same idea as the man. They all showed up with little jugs of just water. They thought I'd get away with it. Everybody else is making tea. What do I have to make it for? Turns out everyone had the same conniving, lying idea. And they got caught. And the old man was very disappointed. He thought he had created a beautiful community. And just then, the young man who came running in late the other day, he came running in late again with his little jug of tea. And he said, sorry, I'm so late. And the man snatched the jug from him and said, you're not going to fool me like the others. And he drank from the jug, and his little jug turned out to be the tea. Delicious tea. And the old man smiled and said, you did the work, young man. And because you did the work, you are going to be given all of my wealth. And that's the story of the old man and the tea. There you go. Udu drum. Udu meaning vessel, something you store. Tea, some of you out there, wine, whatever you want to. So maybe you'll find an old vase lying around the house and you'll be able to hit the top of the vase. And create some music. If you're really good at pottery or know someone who's into pottery, maybe you'll create a udu drum and learn how play. I'm Julian Gooding, and I hope you're enjoying my tales during this time of having to sequester ourselves and isolate ourselves and practice social distancing. Hopefully these stories are bringing some pleasure to you. Share them with your children, share them with anybody you want, but be safe, be well, and I'll talk with you and share more stories with you very, very soon. Bye-bye.